I think the KBRA proposes to study new storage. We've been studying storage for 50 years in the Klamath Basin. How come it doesn't have any provisions in there to actually implement new storage?
Well, I'll start and I'll let Steve chime in too, but I would say, Dan, that, I mean, my estimation is definitely people have been talking about storage for 50 years. I'm not sure how much, I mean, there's certainly been a lot in the last, 5 years. There's been more talk, more studies, different levels of feasibility and all that. And it's an ongoing process, and unfortunately, it's a function of this day and age with permits and feasibility and cost-benefit ratios, and it's something that we're sort of tired of waiting on. We can't afford to wait on it too much longer. The other thing related to that is we are advocates of storage, and we believe there's a role for it, and we believe there is a role for it in the KBRA. There has never been any widespread agreement amongst probably all the parties politically that would have to be on board. So we can have a study that says a good thing. If there's not the political will and support to get it done, again, you're talking about it's not happening, or it's going to take a lot longer. So the approach we took in the KBRA was to say, look, first of all, storage alone is not the answer. We currently have biological opinions that restrict how much water we can get in the project. There's X amount of water that goes down the river for salmon. There's X amount that has to stay in the lake for suckers. So if we don't address that issue, I mean, we just got done with 2010. It's been a horrible year in the Klamath project. Upper Klamath Lake never filled. We could run into a situation with storage where we have 2 holes we can't fill unless we address these underlying issues. So what we did is we said, parties in the agreement, here's our position on this. All of a sudden now, the way the KBRA works is people know what our amount of water is. They know what we're going to be taking out within a range. They're going to be charged with managing a system, what's left. All of a sudden, the incentive for storage shifts to is well underway on the most comprehensive set of studies that have gone on. And we wanted the parties in the agreement to support conclusion of that so we can maybe do something with it.
Okay, Becky?
Okay, so I have something that I want to say really quickly about this. Why is it important that this water balance work? And it's something I've wanted to say since we got here tonight, so I'm going to just say it. When Steve and I and a representative from the Klamath tribes were down in Tule Lake at the fair talking about the KBRA with our community, there was a small boy who came up to the booth. And I have little boys, so I would guess he's between my little boy's age, somewhere between 8 and 10. And this little guy looked at me and said, will this agreement help migrant workers? And this kid might as well have been a 35-year-old man worried about his mortgage. And I said, well, you know, when farmers get water, people have work. And he said, well, right now, and that's because everybody needs to understand, this year is no cakewalk. There's a lot of people that get water this year. We live from year to year in crisis. So then he said, my mom only has 10 hours of work a week in the potato sheds. And I said, okay. And I said, well, how about your dad? He said, I don't have a dad. It is time for the adults of this community to figure this out.
Okay.
It is a responsibility to our children.
Thank you.